there, fellas. This is Story of Rango. Rango is a lizard. Rango was also a movie played by Johnny Depp. All right. Now let's get into it. Now Rango, he thought he was a big old movie star with all his friends. He had a little fish toy, a naked, headless Barbie doll, and these drivers were flying down the road, hit a speed bump, whoa, flies out of the car, man. He crashes, tumbles everywhere, all over the side of the road, and bum who knows where. He meets an armadillo, and he's like, "Oh, Padre, I gotta get to the other side to be scared of the West." And Rango's like, "What's spared to the West?" Then Rango, he goes off into the desert to find some water, because he's thirsty, I tell you. Then he meets some lizard who just automatically just... It's a self-defense system, because that's how she evolved. And she takes him back to town, but she lets him off before he gets to town, because she don't want to be no embarrassing, no real Western boy. He comes into town, he's like, "Well, hey, Miss Potts," because I just remembered her name. And she's talking to some guy, talking about farm, because she needs more water for her farm. But ain't nobody got water in this town, because they're all dried up. The mayor's behind it all. Now he goes into a bar. He's like, "I'd like a cold glass of water." They're like, "Water! Ah, we don't got water around these parts, boy. You know what's going on? We got a drought in this season." Then he gets some cactus juice. Yeah, cactus juice. He drinks some of that. He's trying to figure out who to call himself. He looks at it. The bottle says Durango, but he puts his hands over the DU, and he's now Rango. Before, I had no idea what his name was. I don't even know if they told us what his name was. And then he starts making up stories about how he killed the 3 Johnson brothers. Well, later on, he meets with the mayor. He's like, "We need water." And you know, the mayor's behind it all, so he's got special waters. He's got waters from, like, years before waters, yeah. He thinks about golfing, and Rango's never got golfing before, so he's like, "What is this?" And then I missed the part about the eagle and the toad at the very beginning after he tries to cross it. But yeah, after that, the eagle come back to town. He's looking for Rango, but he doesn't know he's looking for Rango because he's just a dumb bird. Now this bird, he tries to kill Rango, but Rango outsmarts him. And he shoots this water tower. The big old water tower falls onto this eagle. The eagle gets crushed and died. And then a little bit passed. And then Rango's brother, who's just a big old one of those snakes, he comes into town because he no longer has to worry about the eagle, because the only reason he wasn't coming to town because he was scared to head down and an eagle. And now, he shows up. It's like, "You ain't got the balls to kill me, Rango." And yeah, Rango did not have the balls. So Rango has to leave town, and he goes to the other side, and he meets the spirit of the West. As that armadillo was saying when he was dying on the side of the road, like, "Oh, Padre, gotta meet the spirit of the West." You know what I'm talking about there, fellas? He comes back to town because now he's got the balls to kill his brothers. But his brother and him team up to kill the mayor and drag him down to hell. There was also this thing with all these Bear Rider people that I'm just going to leave out because that was real obnoxious. That was Rango.